probably disappointed. I'm probably gutted. Something has to change, but I don't know who knew what. I'm thinking, why doesn't it just come out now then? You know, I knew, and I'm hearing everybody else is saying they've only just found out.
For anything illegal, and to me, it's just wrong. It stinks. The whole thing stinks. So, you know, everybody's got an opinion on it, and that's my opinion.
Do you think you'll come back from this?
Don't see how.
Obviously, it's a tough situation for him to deal with. He'll have to go through a process, but right now, he's clear to fight.
Absolutely. Here's a refined, powerful 930-word rewrite of your piece. It keeps the full emotional weight and journalistic flow of your original but tightens structure, enhances clarity, and gives it a dramatic, professional polish fit for publication or narration. Redemption or ruin. Joseph Parker's scandal turns boxing.
Drugs may make you a little stronger, may make you a little, give you a bit more energy, but it don't make you technically smart. It doesn't give you all of that, you know. So those drug cheats that do it purposely, you've got to remember, you know, why are you doing it? What difference is it going to make? It's going to make you like a boxing Einstein?
On itself. The backlash spread across social media like wildfire. A wave of disappointment from fans and fighters who once admired Joseph Parker for his humility, discipline, and work ethic. Each post, each furious comment carried the same undertone heartbreak. Beneath the outrage was a love for boxing and a deep...
Fortunately, there is going to be, there needs to be an inquiry straight after this, why, what. But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over.
Pain that the sport once again stood at the crossroads of trust and betrayal. Dave Coldwell's reaction captured that heartbreak perfectly. Known for his blunt honesty, the veteran trainer didn't hide his disgust when the news broke. His anger wasn't just aimed at Parker. It was born from the exhaustion of
waiting for all the final test results to come back from UCAD, which are now back, that are negative, and that's the testing process they use. So we need clarity from the board. If you're not suspending him, if you're not allowing this fight to happen, he can fight someone else, but you won't allow this fight? So again, it's quite fresh at the moment, but that's where we are at the moment.
Watching integrity repeatedly sacrificed for ambition. Cheating bastard, he said. A raw expression of what so many felt in silence. But even Coldwell, ever the professional, later tempered his fury with reason. We need facts before judgment, he added. His tone softened but never...
If it was me, take his license away. You know, because you cannot...
lost its edge. His words reflected a truth every fan understood. Boxing deserves better. Among those who spoke out, Daniel Dubois' response was perhaps the most fiery, a man who's clawed his way up from hardship. Dubois spoke with the conviction of someone who's paid for every victory in blood, sweat, and scars. Drug cheats should step aside so real war...
Get paid.
Correct.
This should not be their decision. The British Boxing Board of Control should be standing up and taking the voluntary anti-doping test seriously. Absolutely. Yes, I know that you work with the UK anti-doping, I know that, but this is a test. He's popped hot. Let's look into it properly. What happens if something happens on Saturday night?
Absolutely.
What if we've already got a safe...
Fears can shine, he declared. His tone was venomous, but sincere. For Dubois, doping wasn't just unfair, it was dangerous. In a sport where a single punch can end a life, any chemical advantage is more than a moral failure. It's a threat to human safety. His message echoed through the boxing world.
Know exactly what is going on, and so I don't have anything to say right now. I'm surprised, yes, because I know Ryan and I.
Boxing's honor is built on pain, not shortcuts. As the backlash grew, Johnny Nelson's voice returned, this time heavier, tired, and more haunting. The veteran analyst, who'd already voiced his disappointment earlier in the week, now sounded weary rather than angry. He drew parallels to the Conor Benn scandal, reminding fans how that saga had already eroded public trust in the sport's testing systems. We keep saying lessons will be learned, Nelson said bitterly. But nothing changes. His words carried the weary wisdom of experience. Less a critique, more a plea. What boxing's losing, he said, is something sacred. Nelson wasn't alone in that feeling. His calm yet sorrowful tone resonated with fans who had grown tired of seeing the sport they loved dragged through the...
Get distracted, not get dissuaded from anything. Just stay on target, stay on focus. I have the athleticism, I have the speed, I have the power. I've got it in my tank to go through the rounds if you want to go. So none of those things are a factor or a problem for me. I just need to stay.
Same headlines, Scandal after scandal, apology after apology. His words felt like a eulogy for boxing's credibility. Then came Don Charles, a man who spent decades in the trenches of the sport. His response was short, final, and utterly unforgiving. Unforgivable, he said, summing up his stance in one word that echoed like a verdict. Charles didn't just blame Parker, he blamed the system, the promoters, the sanctioning bodies, the regulators, anyone complicit in looking the other way when money outweighed morals. Boxing is already a brutal business, he warned. One wrong punch can end a life. Allowing fighters to step in the ring with illegal advantages isn't just cheating, it's criminally reckless. His words were more than anger, they were a call to conscience.
Cheating bastard. You know, that's the initial reaction. Whether it's a first fail or a third fail, that's the initial reaction. Your gut reaction is. But then obviously we don't know what he's failed for yet, and we don't know what it is. But then when it's somebody that's failed 3 times, or this is the third adverse reaction.
When cheating becomes negotiable, Charles said, the sport starts to rot from within. It was a grim reflection of the state of modern boxing, where commercial gain too often trumps ethical clarity. Then, in contrast, came Derek Chisora, the battle-hardened veteran known for his unfiltered wisdom. Chisora didn't rant, didn't accuse. His response was quiet but striking. Destiny's on Wardley's side, he said simply. Using his trademark metaphor, he added, luck favors the honest. To Chisora, this fight wasn't just about skill, it was about karma. Truth always comes to the surface, he said, his tone calm but resolute. Cheaters never prosper. For him, Fabio Wardley represented the spirit boxing desperately needs, clean, disciplined, hungry.
And the people that are, doing that sort of thing, so, drug cheats need to, they need to step aside and let real fighters fight.
Whether Parker's alleged mistakes were true or not, Chisora believed they'd already tilted fate's balance. It felt like a symbolic passing of the torch, an old warrior's faith in the new generation. Fraser Clark, ever composed and fair, offered a fighter's perspective. Having shared the ring with both men, Clark spoke with balanced insight. He acknowledged Parker's technical brilliance and Wardley's raw hunger, but even in his neutrality, a subtle shift was noticeable. He seemed to lean toward Wardley, admiring the younger fighter's discipline, focus, and honesty. In boxing, Clark reminded fans heart and honesty often outweigh hype and history. For Clark, even if Parker's guilt wasn't proven, the shadow of suspicion had already taken its toll. Once that
it doesn't make you a better fighter. Might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter, and that's proof. So until more
doubt exists, he said, no amount of skill can fully erase it. Then came Adam Smith, the unmistakable voice of Sky Sports Boxing. Smith brought analytical calm to the frenzy, his commentary threading emotion with perspective. He reminded fans of Parker's long-standing reputation for humility, class, and technical precision. Yet even he couldn't ignore the truth. The failed test had fractured the foundation of Parker's comeback story. This isn't just a heavyweight clash, Smith said. It's redemption versus rise. He painted a vivid contrast. Wardley fighting for validation, Parker fighting for absolution. One man seeks to prove he belongs, the other to prove he still deserves to. Duke McKenzie returned to dissect the matchup like a seasoned professor. Revisiting Wardley's journey from white-collar novice to professional contender, he defended the...
This is very unforgiving. You can't, I'm sorry. Provided he's been found, it's 100% that those substances were found in his system, it's unforgiving. And you know what, I blame the governing bodies because I don't believe that they imposing heavy enough
young fighter against those who doubted his pedigree. The man has earned his spot, McKenzie said. He's faced every doubt head-on, and that's what separates fighters from talkers. Yet even McKenzie acknowledged the gravity of Wardley's task. Parker's experience remains unmatched, he noted, but so does the pressure he now carries. Then, with a quiet authority that silenced the noise, he concluded the sport always moves forward. Wardley is the symbol of that next era, where effort replaces entitlement, and clean work replaces controversy. And so, as fight night approaches, this battle has transformed into something far greater than a ranking bout or a title eliminator. It's no longer just about who wins or loses. It's about what the sport itself stands for. Joseph Parker steps into the ring not just against Fabio Wardley, but against headlines, suspicion, and his own shadow. For Wardley, this is more than a fight. It's a
I feel like Wardley wins this fight with a knockout. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, but it's just, you know, when you know, it's like that. It's like when you play the lottery and then you just get your numbers right. And I believe Fabio has got his numbers right now, because after his last performance, he's got something to prove. I know Fabio for a while, you know. Fabio's a little beast, and Joseph is a beast as well. But I believe that Fabio Wardley wins this fight with a knockout, it will stop Joseph Parker.
A chance to prove that integrity still matters, that honor can still triumph. In a sport often tainted by doubt, the atmosphere is electric, raw, and unpredictable. Every punch will carry the weight of public opinion. Every round will test more than skill. It will test character. If Parker wins, he reclaims his story. If Wardley triumphs, he ends it. With brutal honesty, the stage is set. The stakes are real. Now the question remains, are you backing Parker's redemption or Wardley's rise? Would you like me to give this a headline and teaser paragraph for YouTube, blog, or press article use? It'll make it even more publish ready.